Today is March 28, and I will be interviewing Mr. Dowdy on my career project, which is acting. Hello, Mr. Dowdy.
Hello.
My name is Brendarius. Um, I will be asking you some questions, and the first one is, how is your subject matter related to my career interest of acting? Do I have permission to record this interview, Mr. Dowdy?
Yes, I don't want you to get in trouble with that. Yes, you may.
Thank you. My first question is, how is your subject matter related to my career interest of acting?
Okay, well, my subject matter is physics. Now, while it may not sound like a direct correlation, I can tell you
Cindy
this.
with All Stars to the front office. Cindy with All Stars to the front office.
That even though in acting you may not be required to do a lot of calculations, I definitely teach critical thinking skills. And whether you're dealing with any problem in life, if you're an actor, you got to decide which job to do. You got to decide how you're going to portray that event. You got to make sure that you let them know and give that information out. Well, even though you're not going to be doing a math problem, you do have a problem. You have a problem that you have to go through steps in order to figure out how to solve it. And I teach that very much in my class. You assess what you have, you figure out what you can use, you apply that to what you can use, and you are able to solve for your answer. And that is a skill I teach in my classroom.
Okay. The second question is, how will your class prepare me for my career interest?
Well, like I just said, in my class, I teach critical thinking skills. One of the important things, especially for my class, is that even if you go in acting and you become, say, a famous Hollywood star, physics is the science of all things, which means anything I teach you now applies to every single part of the universe. So while you may not know exactly why you would care about how an electrical system works or why an object falls due to gravity, you will know the reason and the base behind it. And this basic knowledge of how things work help prevent you from looking like a fool later, because how many times have you seen celebrities say something really goofy or silly, and everyone that, online or in the community sees that and go, that's not right, and then start laughing at them. And as an actress, that is very much you have a public view. So my field, physics, will teach you the base level of all sciences, which means you can apply them to every science, which means as long as you take those ideas and expand them, you'll be able to answer any kind of question you're given.
Okay. The third question is, what makes your class unique in comparison to other classes in Los Angeles?
Me? No, really, I'm a teacher that is actually getting a degree in interactive educational technology and integration of technology in the classroom. So while it's not happening as much this year, in future years I will be building my own personal websites for you to go to, for you to learn from, so that you can actually learn in the method that helps you the best. Because not everyone is visual, not everyone's audio, not everyone's mathematical. So I'm trying to address all of those at once. And let's say if you're an actor, you need to know how to read script, and you're probably a very good audio learner because you hear the emotion. So that means that what I'm going to be doing for you is making lots of websites that have audio linked files, explanations, step-by-step statements, so it's not just all text on a paper.
Okay. The fifth question is, how do you implement character education into your class?
Well, first of all, the character pillars of the school are always implemented in my classroom, and we can go over those up on my wall, as you can see from the outside. Now, the first one up there is respect, and that is also the first rule of my room. I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what you've done. If you don't show me respect, you get none of mine in return. And I do that in my classroom. If you come in day one, I don't treat you any differently than I treat anyone else. Everyone has the same level of respect. The more you disrespect me, and I'll tell you when you're doing it to make sure you understand, the less respect you get from me, the less freedoms you get, the less understanding you get, because it's not that if you're not trying, if you're just slacking off, if you're back talking, then I don't need you here to cause a disruption. But if you show me respect, and I show you respect, you can see how the interaction in society works. And when you get out into the real world, when they don't give you those warnings and they don't give you that slack, you'll be better prepared for it. That's one of the big one I always teach is respect.
another question is, why did you decide to become a teacher?
Why? Well, mostly because I get too bored sitting at a desk doing the same thing over and over again. I'm far too social. I'm an extrovert character. I love to be out, moving about, helping is my. I love to help, and I used to tutor kids a lot in physics in college. And when I got out of college and was trying for a couple of job placements, I looked at what they're going to do to me, and it was basically me stuck in a single room doing math calculations for the rest of the time.
Is there another career that you would have chosen other than teaching?
Well, if I had a full choice on the matter, I really would have loved to go into something along the lines of optics, which meant I would have been in a lab instead of a desk, and I would have been building laser telemetry or other such things, maybe satellite structures. But that would have required far more education than I had at that time when I decided to become a teacher, and it also would have once again stuck me inside of a single room where I would have been interacting with people.
Last question is, what are some of your accomplishments as a teacher?
Just as a teacher. Okay. As a teacher, I've only been teaching for about a year or so. In my second year. So some of my biggest accomplishments are just the fact that I've been able to help several students in this classroom understand what they've done far better. I built a few websites, introductory ones. I'm still learning how to do all that for them to interact with. I've also been pretty active in my old school at Whittier. I was able to build entire new labs for them, dealing with gravitational forces and poles. I've also helped several college students get through class, and I used to teach Boys and Girls Club during the summer, and I know a few kids there that are now actually getting through their science classes because of a few of the labs I did during summer.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jolly, for this beautiful interview.
Great.